Let's see what my co-host of Steak and Eggs has to say, Mr. Asmongold, about the death of every live service game. I have a feeling I'm going to 100% agree with this video because we've talked about the patterns before Steak and Eggs before, and I have a feeling I know exactly what this video is. But just in case.
Hi guys,
hey
me
Baldy.
Again. Today we're going to be talking about online video games,
oh,
MMOs,
wow.
and why I've been moving away from them.
Because they all suck.
I'm turning into a boomer playing single-player video games and feeling better than ever.
That's because they're
better. How could this
better.
have possibly happened to me?
Yep.
And I want to talk about exactly, systematically, keep that word in mind, systematically how that's happened.
Let me tell you how that's happened, because essentially what these live service games do is they feed you the same slop every 6 weeks and erase the progress you made in the previous 6 weeks. That way you have to make the next same progress over the next 6 weeks. Where in reality, the single player story game modes give you a complete game, you beat it, and you're done. And that's the cycle. And I have a feeling that is exactly what this video is about. Pre-watch as usual? No, it's called having a conversation about this exact same topic before Steak and Eggs that we do every single fucking week.
Now, I want to warn you guys. Before you watch this video, if you like playing a lot of online video games, you love live service games, and you think anything the way that I do, be careful. Because after you see these patterns, I feel like there's no way to unsee the man behind the machine.
Yep.
So anyway, the big issue that I've had a lot with online video games is that it feels like it's building a castle on sand. It's building a castle on the beach. And
you build it up, the tide comes in, it washes it away, and then you have to rebuild it. That's what every live service game is about, 1,000,000%. And it's the same thing with a lot of developers who release an unfinished game, and then they say, oh, don't worry, by patch 1.4, then the game will be complete. We all know how it goes. They have all this shit ready to go, but they need more development time. So they release an unfinished product and slowly finish it with subsequent update patches. We all know how it goes.
Then every 60 to 90 days, the tide comes in, washes your castle away, and the only thing you have left to show for it is maybe a cosmetic FOMO item for some seasonal event.
Let's go!
Oh boy, don't want to miss those.
Wow!
There's a collection tab. You loot an apple, and it says 1 out of 634. Oh boy, are we having fun now.
Yep.
Oh, exciting.
Yep.
And so I've been seeing this with every single online game. And I'm like, what the fuck is wrong with me? How am I letting myself get my time wasted on such a cataclysmic scale? By the way, 35,000 hours I've played World of Warcraft, okay? I don't regret a single minute of it, but goddamn.
That's disgusting. Wait, how many hours did I had 738 days played of World of Warcraft. 738 times 24. Wait.
I wouldn't want hours I've played wasted on such a cataclysmic scale. By the way, 35,000 hours I've played World of Warcraft, okay? I don't regret a single minute of it.
Wait, honestly, that's not even that much. Because I quit back at Legion. I would think that he had more, being the World of Warcraft guy. Dude, I'm not even impressed by those numbers. Is there something wrong with me?
Of it, but goddamn, I wouldn't want to do all that again. And so here's the point. I feel like every single online game, it doesn't matter whether you're playing Honkai Star Rail, Genshin Impact, Wuthering Waves, Call of Duty, World of Warcraft, or New World. None of these things matter because all of these games follow the same DNA. And the
Absolutely,
DNA,
I agree.
if
Been
you
saying
want
this for years.
a very easy way to condense this down, it is keep you addicted and waste your time.
That's why for Genshin Impact, the moment I saw, oh wow, my best in slot Tartaglia, my best in slot Nouvellette. Oh, they released a new artifact set that's 10% better? Yeah, I'm just not farming it. Hey, dude, once you're happy with what you have and you don't dream about being 100% efficient, gacha games cannot touch you. They cannot get you into the same cycle. You just have to be happy with what you have and you beat gacha games. It's so good.
That's basically what happens. And so people say, oh, well, you want instant gratification.
Yep.
You're goddamn fucking right, I do. I'm playing a video game. If I didn't want instant gratification, I'd go back to my own boring real life.
Yep.
Of course I do. I don't want to spend 40 hours farming for some helmet.
Oh, that's light, bro. 40 hours for a helmet, that's nice. Imagine playing a 8-hour story quest for a 1.5-minute trailer that's mid, but you've spent so long into getting it that you have to pretend that it's fucking good so you don't feel like an idiot for playing that long to get it. It's pathetic. And the best thing is, all that dialogue, the 8 hours, all of it's unvoiced. Besides the one character that you hate.
It's stupid. And I
and it was already spoiled online.
understand the irony of this. Because as one of the residential spending 40 hours farming for a helmet YouTubers,
Yep.
over the years especially, I've done this a lot.
Same.
Okay? I've even made guides on how to do it in only 38 hours and save a little bit of time. But nowadays I look at that and I just don't have the same outlook on life that I used to, and I cannot even fathom wasting my time in such a exorbitant way. And I think that this is a
makes me
big
happy.
thing for me. Like, I'm 34 years, I'm getting old.
Dude, that's why games like Dark Souls, Elden Ring, Sekiro, Viva Pinata, Trouble in Paradise, these are the reason why the Black Myth Wukong, because they say have fun, and you're going to have fun the entire fucking time that you play it. And then once you're done, you have a wonderful memory. And if you want to play it again, you absolutely can, but you don't have to. It's have the time of your life. When it's done, it's done. Enjoy.
I'm 34 years old, and back in the day,
Bro's almost
you
dead.
guys can tell me if this is true or not in the comments with you, is that back in the day when I would play online video games, the reason why I would play them is so I could show everybody else in the world that I was better than they were. And I got
Same.
so caught up in this. I love being able to do this. This is my favorite thing to do. And it was a big...
And now he refuses to fight me in any one-on-one game ever. Where's the Dragon Ball Z Sparking Zero tournament, Asmon? What happened? You said we'd have an exhibition match. What happened, little pup? How come every single time bro ever challenges me to a 1v1, he ducks me, man? What happens?
Big sense of pride for me in a way, and I actually don't I don't see this as a bad thing really at all. I don't hate myself for this. I don't think I'm stupid for doing this, but it's just that at this point in my life I'm no longer feeling that way about about video games. I don't need to play a video game to show off that I'm better than somebody, because again, I just I've gotten older.
He just shows them his bank account. Yep. That's what you do in these days. Oh, yeah? Oh, that's cool. Yeah, you got how much you making an hour? Look at my stocks. Call it a day. Hey, it's over. PvP match over.
But I don't really care that much about this anymore.
He's
And
got a
so I
ban
just
for
play
ban.
video games. I don't know. Imagine this for fun. And so anyway, how do I get to this point? I get to this point and I look at video games, and it seems like so many of them are infected with the exact type of rot, the exact same type of rot. And that is every 60 to 90, some of them they're a little bit different, but
It's more so every 42 days to 50 days. 60 to 90 is insane. I'm not really sure what games he's referencing, but usually it's 42 days. It's usually every 6 weeks, from my experience.
they're all basically the same paradigm. Every, few months or so, there is a battle pass, a season pass that probably has a paid version that is higher than that sometimes provides, actual good rewards, like things that are play for power, like, Star Rail or something like that. Or it just has cosmetics, like something like Kirax Vault Pass in Path of Exile.
Yep.
As a general rule, right? Or the trading post in World of Warcraft that functions as a battle pass. And so, anyway, these things happen, and it makes me feel like every single one of these games is operating on this.
Asmon, unplug your fucking mini fridge, bro. It's making the audio quality terrible. Am I the only one hearing this shit? I thought it was me. Like, you can hear the slight ringing in the background. It's driving me nuts. I don't know how anybody who makes, actually not, 7, let me say, bro makes 8 figures yearly and is recording this video off of a fucking fork with a faulty mini fridge in his background, bro. Like, come on, man. Please stop using this bootleg-ass setup for these quote-unquote real talk videos, man. Come on.
It's usually 60 to 90 day patch cycle that repeats the same content over and over. There's an event for different types of, different types of social events, like, Chinese New Year. That's a really big one. You've got Halloween and all of these different events. And I feel like I'm I feel like oh wow, you
He's
hate
losing his
Halloween
mind.
events. No, I don't hate Halloween events, but every year when they have them, like, this is just really to sell skins, right? And when every
Absolutely.
single game is doing this, there's a certain sense of escapism.
Yeah, but when they have the Halloween skins, every now and then they make the characters dress up as a sexy cat, and that's just like a fucking massive W. You know what I'm saying? Right? Like, why wouldn't I be excited about that? There's a chance that Widowmaker is going to be a whore for Halloween, a slutty nurse, a slutty maid, a slutty doctor. Fuck it, bro. Anything to get her ass more naked, I'm in. The less a game makes, the less the characters wear. And that's why I get excited for these Halloween events, man. It's great for the Coomers. If you're not a Coomer, just don't play gacha games. That's just straightforward, man. That's how it's always been.
That I'm looking for in a video game that really kind of evaporates when you see every single one using the exact same, content delivery method, right?
Yep.
And so I see these games with these battle passes every single time, and it makes me feel like I'm wasting my time doing them, because every time I fill up one of these battle passes, every time I complete a season journey, every time I, complete all of the tasks that have been allotted to me, well, then I wait for a few months and then I have to do the whole thing over again. That's my
Absolutely. And the worst thing is people do this shit and they say, well, I can't quit now, then all my time would be wasted. But that's not how it goes. Your time and money isn't wasted when you quit. Your time and money is wasted when you actually just play the fucking games. So either accept that or just drop it. Dude, I know 90% of Genshin Impact players don't enjoy that fucking game, but they dropped so much money on it during COVID, they don't feel like they can stop.
my big reward. And all of them are built around some form of FOMO item. And I feel like FOMO is a very double-edged sword, and I think this is especially true with live service games. And what I mean by that is, with a lot of live service games, how many of you guys played a live service game and
you have to play live service games without time 6 fallacy just fall into a loop? Absolutely.
You want to make sure every
100%.
day you never miss that daily, right? Because you don't want to fall behind. And so you do that, and one day you miss it. It's like,
You also spend too much money on Genshin and can't stop talking about it. Yeah, it's because every single time that I do, I get around $1,000 to $2,000. It's dope. Yeah, Genshin Impact truly has been the infinite money glitch in my life, man. It's awesome.
ah, man, I missed it. Okay, well, I'm going to...
And it's the root point where every single player of my community fucking hates that game. So it's just easier to use it as an example, because I understand everybody in the space has played the game, and pretty much my entire chat consists of people who fucking hate that game. So it makes it very, very, very simple.
log on the next day. I'm still doing it every other day, so it's fine. And so then later on, maybe you end up accidentally missing 3 days. And then you tell yourself, well, maybe, and this could be any period of time, not
Just spend
3 days,
$5 to
3
make
weeks,
up for
2
it.
weeks, right? Every game is different. But you tell yourself, oh, well, now I'm so far behind, it's not really worth playing anymore because I can't catch up. And I think that's what ends up happening with a lot of people, is that FOMO is a great way to keep people in the game,
Yep.
but FOMO is also a great way to keep people out of the game.
Oh, dude, I'll be real. If there's a gacha game that's been out for longer than 24 hours, I say, nope, too far behind. I'm out. Even if that shit is single player. I'm like, I'm just not doing it. Game's been out for years, not doing it. Same thing with MMOs. Nope, not playing catch up. Absolutely not. Because I know if I feel that I'm behind people, I'm going to spend money, an absurd amount of money. Guys, do you know how much money I spent on fucking Cookie Run Kingdom? Because I saw these other motherfuckers beat me with cookies, guys. This was a cookie game. I dropped like $3,000 in a week offline. I never play old gachas, ever. That's why I'm excited for Girls Frontline 2 and Infinite Nikki. Because that way, I can play in day one, stay relevant, just log in every day, and I'm good. That way I won't get cooked.
And so more and more, as I'm spending my time doing other things that I find to be more enjoyable, the appeal of trying to continuously play an online video game to catch up and to keep up with all the FOMO rewards, it becomes more onerous, more of a pain in the ass, and just more of, let's just be honest, guys, it's more of a waste of time. And so this is something that, and what's very weird for me talking about this, and I'm sure a lot of people will be kind of shocked to hear this, because I used to be the person who was the most fixated on this. I would never miss anything in WoW. I would never do anything. I would always make sure I get everything done and be a complete completionist, right?
Yep.
And I feel like being a completionist completely wastes my time. So I stopped doing it. And It sounds like such a, an obvious thing to do, but I feel like there's a lot of people out there that are stuck in that hamster wheel, and they feel like if they get off of the hamster wheel, then they've wasted all their time on the hamster wheel, so they can't get off because of sunk cost fallacy. And it's like, I remember when Blizzard made the $90, I can't even believe this, $90 store mount. They put this out there, and I'm seeing people in the comments, oh my god, I'm gonna have to buy this because I want to get all the mounts, but it's so expensive. It's like, what do you mean you have to buy this? What's wrong with you? What are you talking about? You have to buy it?
Because if you don't buy it, then you can never get it again. You have to. There's no choice. It's in the store, man. You gotta buy the new skin. You gotta get the new characters. If you don't, they're going away. You have to, man. You're my favorite streamer when Asmongold is offline. Hey, I appreciate you, brother. Hey, dab my ass up. Hey, welcome, brother. Welcome. Roach is welcome.
This. And the thing is that, I could also be talking to myself from 10 years ago. And that's the really ironic thing about it. And so the reason I'm making this video is to express kind of my current state of mind. I still like online video games. I can still play them for fun, but I can never really fully invest into them because I feel like so many systems and mechanics inside of them are designed to waste your time.
Absolutely.
And I've noticed this, and
now the other thing is though, is that like that is what video games are meant to do. Now the problem is that wasting time. That's not necessarily a bad thing. A lot of people are looking for ways to distract themselves, even if it is a little bit monotonous. If you don't mind monotony, play gacha games, play live service games. But if you do, then don't play them, right? But sometimes we as humans do just want to relax and waste some fucking time and do some bullshit that we know is dumb because at the end of the day, that's what we enjoy. So I don't want to villainize anybody for playing something that's a waste of time because that's pretty much all forms of entertainment, in my opinion.
I contrast it with something like Elden Ring, or I contrast it with something like that I've been playing a lot recently.
Metaphor Refantasio.
Metaphor Refantasio.
Now, are you going to say I pre-watch or that I just talked to the guy offline? Okay? Because there's no fucking way I pre-watched this whole fucking thing just to know what he said next.
Amazing, incredible game. I loved it. I ended up taking a day off today. I've been playing it all day. It's been really fun. And so I see these other single-player games that they don't make you sit through, 4 or 5 hours of meaningless, annoying activities in order to get the reward. They just give you the reward. And the reason why is because they've already got their reward. They've already got your money.
Yep.
So it doesn't matter to them anymore, like whether you're, spending more time on the game. They just want the time that you spend on the game to be as meaningful and fun as possible.
Absolutely.
And I compare that with online video games, and it's like, okay, well, every time that you go on a loading screen, there's an advertisement for a skin. Every time that you open up the menu, there's another advertisement for the store. Every time that you open up the launcher, there's an advertisement for, like a battle pass, right? And so all of the different tools in online video games are designed to try to keep you playing the game as long as possible, but the quality of that entertainment, I do think, is lower. But I think it's a mindset shift that I've had where I used to always think that, being good at a video game doesn't matter if you can't beat other people at it, right? And
bro, I'm gonna be real. That was my mindset for years. It's like, bro, why do I care if I beat this boss in a video game if I can't show off the people who haven't beat it that I'm better than them? When I broke that mindset, I stopped playing WoW. I stopped playing League of Legends. I was never interested in Valorant whatsoever. But yeah, the competitive mindset in gaming is a trap to have people waste their lives in those games. I cannot tell you how many friends I have that will spend a day going from Bronze 3 to Bronze 2, saying that their day of playing video games was very productive. And yeah, I went up 1 rank in League of Legends. It doesn't matter. It really does not fucking matter. And it's a horrible mindset that so many people get sucked into. Even in my own house, bro. I got people who are still grinding Overwatch, grinding Valo, going up. Maybe they'll get Immortal. Nobody cares. Now, if you're a streamer and you're doing this for content, go for it, man. That's fine. But if you're a real world individual, I hate to break this to you, man. Nobody gives a fuck about your rank in video games. Nobody cares. But if you're doing it for fun, it's way different. But if you're doing it because you think that's what makes a productive day, you're just wrong. Sorry, guys.
And I was thinking to myself, and that's how I always felt, but then I realized to myself, beating people at a video game doesn't really matter either, because it's a video game.
Yeah.
So, kind of shocking, isn't it? And again, guys, comment down below if this is something that this is a revelation that's also occurred to you. And so I see these things where it's like these 90-day reward structure cycles that repeat, and they usually power creep each other. So it's like if you work really hard in a game, this is something that Classic WoW always did really well. I'm a Classic Andy in a lot of ways. Is that if I took a break in BWL and AQ and Nax came out, well, I could come back and I'd still be in BWL. It's not like I would just be kind of accelerated to Nax and all of my effort that I had put previously would be invalidated. But I feel like a lot of video games have a reset power creep cycle that happens on a cyclical basis that's generally correlated with either a seasonal model or a battle pass model. And these types of mechanics are tiresome. They're very tiresome to me. And as I've spent a lot of time playing these games, I've realized that I'm not really having as much fun completing these tasks because of the inevitable futility of it, where ultimately I'm not really going to be able to achieve anything in this game. Not like it matters, but it feels like it matters. Again,
it does.
If you like playing these games and you're having fun, then that's all that matters. That's literally all that matters. Like, you don't need to justify it to me. You don't need to justify it to anybody. But I think that what happens is that a lot of times people put the expectation of like, oh, am I having fun, with how many other people are having fun the same way. And so for me, moving over to playing a lot more single player games, I don't have to keep up with like, like really fastly evolving metas. I'll log in, like everybody's playing and grinding.
And that's the worst thing is when you play these video games, it didn't used to always be like this, where you could go into video games that have PvP and you could experiment and you could try builds that nobody else was trying and you could try wacky fun things that nobody else was doing. But then unfortunately, video games have evolved to where if you're not playing meta that was established online on the forums, on YouTube videos, you're trolling and you're ruining the game for everybody else. And it sucks because now mid players can become great players by watching one YouTube video, rather than true pioneers of exploration actually being rewarded for experimentation. It's a shame. It's meta or nothing these days. It blows.
It's hard to play a competitive
Everything
game like
is
that
super
unless you're
sweaty.
playing it all the time, because
Super
of just how
sweaty.
fast information travels now online. And
who plays a game to satisfy other people, though? A lot of people. A lot of people, Unruly Capo. A lot more than you think.
Ultimately, I'm playing these games. I can't really, maintain a degree of like, like maybe like competitive nature, right? Because, and also some people might say skill issue, and I'm sorry, but I'm going to have to agree with you. I don't even really care. It's not really that big of a deal to me. I just want to play the game and have fun. And if I'm getting fucking destroyed, like how many of you guys used to play Fortnite and you stopped playing it because, you build like your little, okay, all right, you son of a bitch, you come over here. And then over there, he's building the Eiffel fucking Tower. And
nah, dude, bro built the Twin Towers and recreated 9/11 by the time I built up 2 wood planks. These people are too good. Dude, I'm telling you, autistic children have ruined video games for everybody. They're too good.
You feel like a clown and you lose, and so you just lose interest in playing the game. I think that's what's happened with a lot of online games, because everybody's wanting to make a name for themselves. Like for a lot of people out there, I wouldn't say, it's a job for them, right? They're doing this as a career. So they want to be as competitive and as good at this game as possible. And I think the reality of that is that there's so many people out there that it really makes it hard for an average player to have fun playing one of these games when metas and skill caps evolve so fast that you have to maintain a certain degree of consistency playing it, or you're probably not going to have a good time because you're going to get skill gapped or power crept.
Absolutely, man. I mean, this was a rude awakening for me for Pokemon card TCG in 2024, where you will go to tournament after tournament. Out of the hundreds of decks that are available to play, you will be playing against 3 of them. You're going to play against Raging Bolt, Lugia, or Regidragos. There are no other decks anybody fucking plays. So when I was trying to have fun with like Flapple or like Bayonet Gardevoir. Well, unfortunately, those are only the 16th and 30th best deck. If you're not playing the top 3, it's over. And you know what the worst thing is? Those top 3 are rock, paper, scissors for who wins. It's fucking AIDS.
Depending on what the game is. And in fact, in some of them, it's actually...
Yeah, that's meta. What's the problem? Well, okay, Mr. Oscar, like, let me explain to you what the problem is. The problem is that when all anybody ever does is just play whatever the best thing is, then experimentation and like actually being a pioneer of exploration and creativity goes completely out the window, because now if you're not playing meta, you're not playing optimally, you'll never win. And nobody ever plays anything unless it's the best thing. So things get very stale very quickly, because instead of a game with infinite amount of varieties of what you could play, it's a 33% chance of what you could play. And the games are going to burn you out way quicker. That's why it's a problem.
Both. And so what's happened is that I've kind of realized this cycle of futility. And I've realized that, like, why am I trying to keep up with this to, like, maintain the same amount of effort and time when, you know, again... why wouldn't I want to have...
All right, Niku Love, I gotta ask you, bro. Are you being a retard on purpose or no? Genuine question. Genuine question. Are you being a retard on purpose or no? Are you being a retard on accident? Yep. Oh, okay, great. Oh, okay. All right. Okay, making sure.
Have my cake and eat it too, right? Why would I want to invest a huge amount of time into something like this that I'm not really enjoying? And I feel like another thing is daily rewards or weekly rewards. A lot of these online video games, they have like a reward structure that is very front-loaded, which means that you're getting 80% of the rewards in like 5% of the time.
Yep. So what happens is 80% of the rewards on the first day, and then they completely go away. And then over the last 20%, which takes you 80 times the amount of time, you get that one goodie that makes you feel good again. But do you know where you can get those same rewards? Do you know where you can get that initial 80% feeling, guys? Take a guess. Lifting? Nope. Take a guess where you can get that 80%. Yep. Swiping. Going to the pay-to-win shop. Dropping hundreds of dollars. And you'll feel so good. But then what happens after you swipe? Then you get the same rewards that you would have been happy with. But now those feel awful. And now the only place you can go to feel good again is by dropping hundreds of dollars. Hundreds of dollars or thousands of hours. Take your choice.
And then you spend the other 95% of the time getting the remaining 20% of the rewards.
Yep.
So they're designed for you not to play a lot and to basically stay on this treadmill and move at the pace that they've set for you. And I also find this to be very fatiguing as well, because there's some days I don't really want to play at all, and other days where days where I want to play maybe.
He just said other gays. I knew he was regressing. I knew it. Next, what's he gonna say? Gays have inferior culture? Come on, Zach, get it together.
6 hours, 8 hours. And I feel like that time and effort isn't rewarded in a proportional level, and it feels like my time is being disrespected. And I think that's really a fundamental concern that I have too, is that I think a lot of these online games are built with systems that are cynically designed to waste your time in the most, like subversive way possible. And I see this happen a lot. And this is also, this is the worst thing, is that, oh, wow, you don't like grinding? Oh, you're not a fan of that? You don't have time? Well,
you're not a real gamer. Skill issue.
Guess what? We have the solution for that. We've created the problem, and now you're going to pay us to solve it.
Yep.
So there's like these pay for convenience, pay for, power systems. So
Yep.
It's like, oh, well, I can't keep up all the time, and I can't play all the time, so I'm...
Hey, I created the solution. Have slaves play your account. It has saved me tens of thousands of dollars.
going to spend money on the game. And
That's all
I
you
think
need,
that
man.
some people have
Just get
rationalized
slaves.
this into becoming normal. I don't think that it's normal at all. Who decided that you have to pay money to advance in a video game? Like, who decided, oh, because you don't have time, now you have to pay money? Well, I'll tell you who decided that. The people you're paying money to. This is a completely invented problem that you could solve with 50 different solutions, but big surprise, the one solution that keeps being used is the one that's the most beneficial to the people that are making the games.
Yep.
And again, that's fine if you like this kind of stuff. I don't. I feel stupid. I feel stupid paying to win, and I feel stupid playing free to play. I feel stupid for playing it at all. And so I thought to myself, am I going to spend my whole day being stupid? Yeah. But not that stupid. That's terrible.
It really depends on the game. So, for example, the reason why I don't have an issue with this for Honkai Star Rail and Wuthering Waves is what Asmongold is describing is the early game gacha gaming experience, right? But once you've remained consistent with a game, all you got to do is play the first 2 days every 6 weeks for about 6 hours each, and you'll have 90% of the rewards accumulated in that time and have done all of the fun content to where it kind of becomes a non-issue. Now, the problem is the people who grind for the last 10%. Eventually, it will add up, but it's just not worth the fucking time, my opinion.
And so I quit playing. And so I felt these different systems, and it's like every game has these. It's not like one game has this. Every online video game follows these same content delivery structures. They follow the same reward structures. They follow the same progression structures. They follow the same store models. And it doesn't even matter what the genre is. How is it that you can have a game that is about shooting people with guns that is fundamentally the same as a game that's killing dragons, or a game that's like an anime waifu collector? Really, Call of Duty's got the same progression standard, kind of? I mean, in an abstract sense. So Honkai Star Rail, what the hell is going on? And as soon as I've realized this, I've taken a step back.
No.
And I've tried to have fun playing video games. And that's where I'm at now. I've been playing a lot of video games that are single player, that I feel respect my time a lot more, that I feel are paced in a way that's not disrespectful. And I think they're really fun. And I'm not thinking about who is, who am I beating at the game, or, where am I on a leaderboard? It doesn't matter where I am on a leaderboard.
Yo, Zach, play Viva Pinata Trouble in Paradise. It's the greatest game ever made. I'm doing my, I think, 16th playthrough right now. It is that good. And you know what's crazy? Here's what's crazy. So I'm playing this game not only with myself, but also my household. And after 16 playthroughs, I'm still finding new pinatas. Yep, there was this pinata called Pinoy. Never knew he existed. I've played this game for hundreds of hours, and I'm still finding new shit. The game is so fucking good, it's ridiculous.
It's a fucking video game. It gives a shit. I'm having fun. I'm enjoying myself. And it's been great. And so I wanted to make this video and talk to you guys about where I'm at personally, why I haven't been playing a lot of these online video games, and why I've fallen out of favor with it.
You want to know why you've fallen out of favor with these games, Zach? And I'm going to give him the crushing reality that I don't think he can dispute. Here's the big difference that Asmon does that other people don't do. Asmon plays these games with these power structures, with these infinite grinding loops. And while everybody else is playing with their friends, he's playing alone. And the reason why these games aren't a complete waste of time is because if you're playing them with your friends, then they're good. You get to develop your social bonds, just like in Persona, right? I bet Asmon would still have so much fun if he booted up World of Warcraft and played that shit with McConnell. But when I see bro playing every game alone by himself, well, no shit, he's going to get burnt out quicker. He's just talking to his fucking Twitch chat. And as fun as Twitch chat truly is, and trust me, I get it. When you bring on guests on your stream, usually that's a net negative on your viewer count. It's just about having friends in real life, isn't it? I feel like it would be good. Just boot up the game with some good old homies. I mean, Asmon has a lot of friends. He just don't do nothing with them. Boot up some games, man. Let's play Left 4 Dead. Let's play fucking Warhammer, man. He played Season Discovery with McCool. It was awesome. Yeah, and I bet he had a great fucking time. It's kind of hard if your friends can't spend as much as you do. Well, then, Asmon going to just give him $1 million and tell him to retire. You know what I'm saying? Give McCool $1 million. He'll play forever, bro. It's that easy.
I yearn for the day that there is an online video game that makes me want to waste my time. But right now, there's not. And so I'm stuck here being a boomer, playing single-player games, and that's just about it.
Yep.
And I hate to say it, guys, but I'm happy.
That's all
So
that matters.
anyway, I wanted to talk about this a little bit, give some of the different little patterns that I've been seeing a lot of these online games having, and also share where I'm at. And I think the reason why I wanted to make this video.
Dude, this guy should watch Tectone in 2021. I'm surprised that nobody accused him of pre-watching my Genshin Impact content, because I've already made this exact same video before in 2021. I was worried I was gonna learn something new in this video, but I think bro just learned that gacha games are gacha games. But I guess I was a little bit, I guess I didn't really think about the outside the structure of, MMOs and Call of Duty's the same shit.
Is because I feel like a lot of you guys out there might be a little bit like me. And let me know in the comments if you are. I'm quite curious. I think this is a long overdue discussion because I feel like this permeates not only the enjoyment of the game, but what are games fundamentally. For a lot of people, they're a form of escapism. And I don't feel like I'm escaping into a treadmill. You know, it's like I'm in my real life that is in some ways a treadmill. I'm lucky, you know, in the job that I have. Some people aren't as lucky. Their real life is much more like a treadmill than mine is. And
True.
then it's like finally,
I wouldn't say treadmill, I'd say a hamster wheel.
you know, I've been working all day. Time to go home and work in this video game. Miss me
Yep.
with that bullshit, man. And so that's the way that I feel.
Yeah, dude, imagine working your 9 to 5 to come home and play Card Shop Simulator. You gotta work in game and then you gotta work out game, brother. Clock in, clock out, clock in, clock out.
Let me know in the comments how you feel. And I hope there's more discussion about this. I really do. Because I hope that it'll lead to better online games that are more respectful of your time and fundamentally more fun. So that's about it, guys. I'll see.
Dude, great video. Love this guy. A great game that Asmon needs to play next is the one where he goes to a store and buys a new fucking webcam. Title of this video, me, Asmon. Asmongold's quitting. ... Insane. Insane thumbnail title. Anyways, yeah, it's I really hope this isn't like a current revelation that he's had, but I mean, he's probably just ranting. Just making a video for the sake of making a video, but I mean, it's the truth. I think if Asmon moves away from live service games, it's probably great for him. Dude, I'm just glad that he's looking healthier and his house is actually looking cleaner. Good for him, man. Love that guy. Dude's awesome.